Trojans, and your away team, the Farmington Cardinals.
Upset alert from the Northeast as the Pulaski Academy girls defeat Brooklyn in Brooklyn in the 4A East final for the girls.
We've got probably the most anticipated game of this regional, the one everybody might have been secretly hoping for, about to tip off here between the absolute specimen athletes of Subiaco and the all cylinders firing offense of Farmington. What do you think, Coach?
I'd be curious if Subi can hang up with the math equation Farmington plays. Farmington's going to make at least 10 threes tonight.
Right.
And so can Subi keep pace with that? Do the athletes dial into that scouting report enough to do the things you have to do to beat Farmington? That's the real question.
I'd imagine we'll see the same lineup we've seen from Farmington throughout this tournament and throughout most of the year. It'll be Taylor, Chrisman, Simpson, Berry, and Teeter.
Looks like you're right, Coach. Looks like we have, for Subi, we'll have Eli Roker, Newton, Saunders, Martine, and Wallace.
A couple of guys to keep an eye on here tonight. One will be that man right there, Lane Taylor. 3,000 career points, headed to North Texas.
Career assist leader in the state of Arkansas.
Worth keeping an eye on Mason Simpson's wrist. Took a little spill last night. It's wrapped up right now. We'll see how that plays out.
Curious how long Chrisman's going to be able to play in this game against the athletes of Subi in the length. I think it'll be a quick call to Kirkman like it was last night against Morrilton.
Now for the Trojans, there's a couple different engines for that car. Number 12, Tayshawn Wallace can fill it up in a hurry. Eli Roker, also a guy who can get you a tough bucket at any time.
Smooth lefty.
And Barrett Newton might be the most athletic human being I've ever seen in real life.
He's up there. The names I think of that go with him are Michael Qualls and Daniel Gafford, who are freaks.
Not quite as tall as either of those guys, but
maybe every bit as good of a jumper.
Every bit of it. Strong, gets to the boards, intelligent. But I think this will come down to how many points Wallace and Roker can manufacture to keep up with this high-powered Farmington offense.
I'm curious of how long Newton will be in the game. If he can stay out of foul trouble, he loves to try and go block shots.
It'll be a good thing to keep an eye on between him and Jackson Berry, two guys who have found themselves in foul trouble throughout the year. Two teams that are going to play their style no matter who's in front of them. Don't expect a lot of adjustments compared to their previous game plans for either team. These two squads are going to go out there and play.
Well, they are who they are, that's for sure. And between the two of them, they have 3 losses and about 65 wins, so I wouldn't change a whole lot if I were them.
It'll be Roker and Berry jumping center.
Give me Roker.
Berry goes up and gets it.
Not even close.
Lane Taylor with the basketball.
Looks like a lob to start here. Farmington loves start the game.
Berry's on the backside. Teeter decides not to. It'll come right back to Taylor.
Good job by
Seem to be sending him
back.
left. He'll step back going left pretty often. He leaves it short. Here comes Wallace.
That ball's in his left hand. You got to be ready for him to pull it and step back at any moment.
That's Lee Miller in the game for Subi. Number 11. Roker into Wallace. Wallace with Chrisman on him.
Ooh, that would have been big for Subi to throw that one in motion.
Newton can't quite convert. They ran a lot of time off that shot clock there. That seems to be the consensus for how to mess with Farmington, is just to take possessions out of the game. Backdoor to Taylor, gets hands on it.
That looked off.
That one rolls in.
That looked awkward.
Taylor has something to say to the official after the play.
That'd have been big to be able to take that back door away.
Interesting to see the sophomore bringing the ball up for Subi. Here's Wallace, pull up. Good.
That is what he does.
Taylor's going to relace the shoe, and so is Roker.
Couple untied shoes. I think they did it to each other.
You know, didn't see any of that interaction. Subi's going to take the opportunity to get into some pressure.
Maybe a little push off there.
Here's our first chance to see Simpson dribble the ball. Looked all right there. Roker on Taylor. Taylor spins, goes right, gets to the 12-foot mark.
Very patient.
Great hands by Wallace. Miller, excuse me.
That's a tough shot over that type of athleticism. They're looking to
Miller
find Newton
down the
here in
lane.
transition. Oh, he wanted the lob for the dunk.
Newton over the head pass.
Right
Wallace for three. Great pass by Barrett Newton right there.
Tough footwork there from
5-2. 5-2. Subiaco early.
This is definitely a different Subi team than we saw last night against Ozark.
That's a little too much space. Got to be careful there. Teeter, right corner off.
He usually loves Black Hawk Arena.
Great rebound there by Simpson.
Yeah, can't have those.
They'll get Roker with the foul, blocking foul. Let me tell you, the energy in Black Hawk Arena tonight is unrivaled. Both fan bases have showed out and are two of the more passionate fan bases in the state. It is loud in here. Teeter over to Taylor. Taylor goes left. Out to Chrisman, bobbles it.
We've got a lot of tips from Subiaco early.
Really taking advantage of that length.
Charge?
Should be a charge.
Hey.
Jackson Berry will pick up his first.
That is great hustle by Saunders.
Saunders takes the charge.
He came
Never
from
a doubt.
Opposite elbow. He closed from the opposite elbow all the way to the block to get set. A good play by the junior.
Saunders thought about a three. They'll go back to Wallace, back to Saunders. That's Miller with the ball. Here comes Roker, the lefty, goes to work. Tries to get back to that left hand.
That's tough. That's a tough one.
Newton gets a hold of it. Out to Saunders, doesn't quite fall.
Saunders can fill it up from out there. He can really get going. He's a really streaky shooter.
That's Chrisman, short. Chrisman hustles, ball's loose. It'll be Wallace that gets it out of there, going right at Chrisman and Berry.
Ooh, is this going to be Berry's second?
I think they're going to get Chrisman. No, he does get Berry for his second foul.
That is not good.
Coach Taylor's not going to be happy about that one.
That's where Chrisman, little gamesmanship, might raise his hand, try and volunteer himself for the foul.
Taylor doesn't make any move to go get Berry right now. It'll be Kirkman in for Chrisman. 6-2. Subiaco, 6-0 run.
Farmington becomes a lot harder to guard when Chrisman's on the floor.
Let's make that 7-0 run. Roker on Taylor. He'll go left. Loves to that step back. Left. Kirkland thought about a three. Waves it off. Tip ball. Ooh, Newton. Newton comes up slow, grabbing that ankle after the block. Wallace to Newton.
He loves
makes
that
a move.
game.
He doesn't look right. He's going to run it off here, though. He'll meet Taylor at the rim, who reverses on him.
Yeah, that's not the same explosion we're used to seeing out of Newton right there.
That's 4 points for Taylor. Here's Wallace. Gets right to that same spot he hit that first one from. Shot probably should have been an and one. Great shot.
Wallace with all 9 for Subi. Taylor all 4 for Farmington. This is Battle of the Stars.
Ball's loose. Here comes Roker.
Throw it up.
Gets to his left hand down the middle. It's 11-4. Subiaco.
They are letting the boys play.
Here comes Taylor again. Turnaround. Might have got away with the travel. Back iron, no good. Back to Taylor. He'll try to settle him down here. Gets the call from his dad. Doesn't like it. Shakes him off. Gets a different one.
It looked like they were trying to get somebody else out there. They didn't have the point guard they're used to having. That's a great pass.
Oh! Baseline ref thought it was clean. Backside guy gives it a call.
That is a great pass by
That'll send
Taylor.
Barry to the line. Foul is on Roker, his second.
That is what sets Lane apart.
It'll be Darian Roll to check in here.
Elite shooter, but a phenomenal passer. I never understand this. We're shooting 2 free throws. Let's let him shoot the first one. All the time to shoot. Vertical ace.
Rolls in for Barry. Roker's going to take a seat with his second foul.
2 fouls is not where he wants to be, but number 20 can really guard for Subi.
Be interesting to see which assignment he draws here.
Well, you would imagine,
Barry
especially with Roker going out, that he's going to draw lane.
Barry rolls both in.
3-2 zone here for Farmington.
It'll be Lee Miller.
Subi
Top
takes a
of the
shooter
key.
off the floor, and they immediately go zone. That's tough.
Long,
That is a
no
tough.
good.
It's hard to shoot from that deep right baseline.
Wallace out of there with it, up to Roll. Roll looking down Teeter. Teeter tries to back tap, doesn't get it. Barrett gets
Interesting
blocked.
sequence here.
Barrett certainly in pain. He is gritting it out for all 3 of those offensive rebounds.
Looks like they got Lane on the reach in.
That'll be 1 on Taylor. They'll hit them both. Ooh, they're going to get Lee Miller on the reach there, working on Kirkman. Definitely trying to pressure, speed up this Farmington Cardinals team even more. It is Roll on Taylor. They'll deny the entry. He'll get it anyway. Here comes Taylor. Working towards that left. There's Kirkman in the left corner. He lives there. Just off. That's a tough call. That's going to get the Subi. That's going to get the Subi faithful riled up a bit.
A classic baseline here from Farmington.
Nick Saunders picks up the foul there. Out to Kirkman again. Into Taylor. Roll does a great job staying down. Tough finish. Didn't see the foul that time either. Taylor will go to the line. They will get Roll for the foul.
Definitely dialing back the amount of physicality we're allowing compared to those first couple minutes.
Good by Taylor. That'll put him at 7 of the 9 points for the Cards. The younger Roker will step into the game, number 25. It's Lee Miller to bring the ball into the front court. Looks at this 3-2 zone from Farmington. Here's Wallace. Back out Miller. Miller to
Newton.
Newton.
No. Good job by Taylor, beating him to the spot. Yes, they saw a little left arm extension there from Newton.
Not a huge fan of that call myself, especially with how physical they allowed the first few minutes of this game. You'd like to see them continue that way. Barry for 3, right corner, no good. Wallace, great hustle.
That's the same foul they called a second ago, and Teeter went to go get the rebound.
Roker.
Late on the slip.
Roll misses the slip. It'll be Teeter. And one. They'll get Miller on that one. That's his second. Teeter at the line. Up and good. That does put Farmington in the bonus. They will shoot if any more fouls occur.
You'd like to think Subi might take this clock down a little bit.
Roll at the top of the key. Back to Wallace. Over to Roll. Here's Newton. Great play by Jackson Berry to get it. He tries to dunk it. Wallace rejects him at the rim.
What a block party there.
Roll thought about a three. Gets Teeter in the air. Drop off. Roker, no good.
Foul on Newton.
That's Newton's second.
A lot of key guys with 2 fouls right now. Berry goes to shoot too. We got Miller, Roker, Newton, Berry.
It'll be Haston King to check into the game. Probably to get Newton here. They really needed that. Needed that Aaron Roker dump down layup to go. Couldn't quite get it. They will leave Newton in the game.
Now we're getting him here. Second sub came to the table. Oh, never mind.
No, he'll come to get Lee Miller, who also has 2. They're going to trust in Newton not to pick up that third.
Don't see a lot of players.
Barry leaves it short.
First missed free throw of the game.
Gets the putback.
That's the first missed free throw of the game, either side.
You know Coach Tincleve is not happy about the free throw box out there.
No. Teeter just appeared out of nowhere. Everybody's on the right side of the lane, and here comes Teeter on the left.
Here comes Wallace. He'll pull up.
Tough.
No good. Kirkman.
No flat.
Heard a whistle.
That was just to signal the end.
Just signaled the end of the quarter.
13-15 Farmington.
We've got us an intense match going here. Very physical game. You hate to see all those fouls get called late. We'll have to see how Subiaco can be disciplined throughout the rest of this half. Can't have a bunch of guys sitting down and let Farmington go on a run. You let them get away from you, you won't have a chance to get back in it.
We had a similar story last night with Morrilton and Farmington. It was 18-15 Farmington at the break. Hit a 3 at the buzzer to go up 3, and the next thing you know, Morrilton stalls at 18, and it's 37-18 out of nowhere.
Felt very similar right there with the Teeter play on that offensive rebound. Very similar vibe to that Kirkman 3 from last night, where it might have kick-started the rest of the Cardinals. Taylor with 7. Berry with 3 at the foul line. Teeter with 5. That'll wrap up the scoring for Farmington. Subiaco's gotten 10 from Wallace, 2 from Eli Roker, and 2 from Barrett Newton to round out the scoring for Subiaco. So it has been the senior leaders from both sides, little help from the junior forward from Farmington, and we'll get this second quarter underway. It'll be Roll. Thought about a 3, decides against it. Saunders throws it into Haston King for 2. Roll slaps the floor, ready to go to work.
He's a big floor slapper. Shade him left.
Challenging him to that step back. They go under the screen. Shoots it over. Newton can't quite get it.
Interesting.
Ooh, they'll go foul.
I don't know.
Yeah, they do get Simpson for a foul there. That'll be his second.
Might have just needed to let the boys play there. I'd be frustrated as Simpson, but he did a good job of getting back and just
His first, excuse me.
Yeah, his first.
Here comes Wallace.
This zone's gotten really tight. Might be a box and one.
Floater, no good. Can't quite get the offensive rebound. It'll be Kirkman to Taylor. Taylor will slow down.
Another set here for Farmington.
Looked like they wanted the Barry curl. They'll go out to Teeter on the corner for three, no good. Ooh, that was not good. Nick Saunders
hit the floor hard.
Hit his head on the floor there. Athletic trainer from both Subiaco and the P Ridge trainer will go out there to check on him. He is not feeling good.
That's one of my least favorite calls in basketball. There's nothing anybody can do to stop it, but that being a travel just always feels wrong.
He feels he's up.
Hopefully just on those stingers, make sure all your toes work, all 10 fingers work, and then catch your breath and move on.
Glad to see him not only standing up, but he was ready to come back into the game. He will have to come out because they stopped play. Aaron Roker will check back into the game. Here's Taylor. Roll on him. Great job by Roll, taking the push off. Taylor is frustrated with the look that Roll is giving him. It's Kirkman from the corner.
Right corner.
Makes it.
We change corners.
18-15 cards. Defensively, Subiaco doing an excellent job. Gonna have to find a way to keep pace when those threes do start falling for Farmington. Newton for three. In and out. Aaron Roker rebound. Back into Newton. Over Taylor.
That's a tough shot.
Missed
He
it.
usually hits. Newton hits that shot quite a bit.
Here comes Taylor. Got Roll right back in front of him. He's giving him a great look. That needs to be on Roll. He's about to get stuck. He's got to be careful not letting his emotions get the best of him here. You don't want to give him any free ones.
He also has 2 fouls.
Taylor with his second. It's no good.
A rare miss.
Rare miss. Here comes Wallace. Wallace will hit Roll. Over to Aaron Roker. Back to Roll. Wallace. Roll, line one up. In there, 3-ball.
Subi really needed that bucket.
Needed it bad, 18-19. Roll gonna send him right this time. Perfectly willing to sit in that stance all night long. Aaron Roker gets back cut. They don't like it.
Supposed to be another set here for Farmington. A little disorganized.
There's Simpson, handoff. Taylor for three, short. Rolls out. They're gonna get Teeter on that one.
Lane hasn't been as efficient as he was last night. Now, he did have 38, so he was supreme efficiency last night. Just hasn't gotten it going yet to the level that we're expecting or used to seeing from him.
Here comes Roll again. When Roll hits one, he's liable to hit a couple more, so you might see this zone extend out a little bit more. Teeter seems to be denying Wallace on that wing as best he can. They'll go handoff action to Wallace. Wallace into King.
Pretty good little high-low pass.
Tough shot from
There's
Newton. He gets himself going on the board.
Blackhawk
That's his
Arena
first field goal.
Blackhawk Arena has seen a couple Newton buckets. He came here last year in November. They gave us about 15.
Roker on Kirkman.
Haven't used Kirkman as a point guard here.
Aaron Roker against Kirkman. Euro step.
No
rims
good.
out.
Interesting here. Oh,
They're going to get Simpson over the back.
Whoa.
They do in fact get Simpson over the back on that one.
Those are two tough ones on Simpson.
Chrisman will come back and get Kirkman.
Going back to man here on the inbounds.
A lot of bodies running into each other down there in that lane.
Newton was really open
short
for a half second there. We were a little late on the pass.
Roll does a great job finding Taylor in transition. That's a tough right-handed shot. It comes out.
Yep.
He'll try to go for a pick on Roll. Roll manages to keep it. They'll take some time off the clock again here.
We're definitely getting the basketball game that we felt like we all deserved here. Between these
Here
two.
comes
Really
Wallace, misses Haston King inside.
He was wide
Coach
open
Tincleve
there.
not happy about that one.
Wide open in the high post.
Simpson over to Teeter. He's shot twice from there. That'll make him 0 for 3 from that right corner.
He does not go over 3 very often.
Deep three, Lane Taylor, in and out. Haston King, that'll be Teeter's second foul.
Teeter with 2, Barry with 2, Simpson with 2. A lot of guys with 2 fouls. A lot of them, almost all of them are key players, being Roker, Newton, Miller, and Roll for Subi, Simpson, Barry, and Teeter for the Farm Cards. Coach Taylor lucky to let him play.
3:28 left here in the second. Any more fouls from Farmington will send Subiaco to the line. You'd expect them to be pretty aggressive here.
Roll likes when we're taking some time off the clock to do some ball handling drills at half court.
I love it.
I always
Might as well
appreciate
entertain yourself.
it. No doubt.
Here's Wallace. Over to Aaron Roker. Back to Wallace. Deep three. Short. Gets his own board. Goes in strong. Left hand up and under move.
Really tough bucket there.
That's a tough shot. It'll be a 3-point lead for the Trojans. With that lead getting to 3, you got to expect this ball to stay in Taylor's hands almost this entire possession. And it does. Pull up. No good. Roll gets a rebound. Looking to push. Goes downhill. That's a flop and one.
Simpson with the ankle going into the tunnel. He's sitting down in the tunnel.
He is sitting down in the tunnel. We do count the bucket. That'll be Krisman with the foul, his first. He'll come right back out for Kirkman. Coach Taylor makes no motion to get Simpson out of the game. He's going to try to gut it out. On the same side of his body as that wrist he hurt last night. Off from Roll, rebound King. Back out to Roll for 3. Just off.
You'll miss the free throw, maybe hit the 3 is always a weird dynamic to me.
Here comes Taylor, over to Teeter. Finally breaks the ice from that corner.
That gets Teeter up to 8.
Back to man. Excuse me, back to 3-2.
One more Teeter bucket. Teeter will be the leading scorer for the Farm Cards. Not very often is it not Lane.
Into King.
Good hustle by Barry.
Those passes to King have seemed a little sloppy. King off long on the layup. Backside Kirkman for 3.
You better find that dude in transition. Third Cardinal 3.
Coach, you think somebody yelled 7 on that play? I know we're wearing headphones.
There's a good chance.
Here comes Roll. They'll run a few more seconds off the shot clock. Surprised we haven't seen them try to go it. Roll with a nice move. Rolls it in there.
Not a lot of rolls in Blackhawk Arena like that one.
Huge shot from Darian Roll, who has played his tail off here tonight. There's Taylor again. He'll roll that one down in there.
He's not going to stay quiet for long.
We got ourselves a brand new ball game with 1 minute to go in the half.
I almost want to skip halftime with the rhythm these dudes are in.
You're not going to see a lot of high school basketball games with this level of efficiency and hard defense. It'll be Roll. Thought about the 3, no. Newton for 3, short. Gets his own rebound again.
Oh, he thought there
tried
was
to go
be a
over
cutter.
the top to King. King didn't think the same thing. It will be
Bringing Cowell,
Caleb Cowell into the game.
known for his shooting. Maybe thinking we can get a late last-second shot here on the driving kick.
Good to see Nick Saunders back at the table for Subiaco. Glad he's okay. You'd imagine that Farmington's going to take this thing down to about the last second of the shot clock to not give Subi another possession. This is either going to be a corner three for Kirkman, a backside lob to Barry, or a Lane Taylor ISO.
Looks like
It'll be the Taylor. Doesn't get it.
Whoa, what's going on here?
Looks like
That was an interesting deal.
that
was the shot clock that went off. The shot clock and game clock were not synced up.
the
Players were leaving the floor thinking the shot clock was the game clock. Could have been a couple technicals given to both sides, and I guess we just elected to let her ride. Probably a good decision by the officials.
I believe the shot clock people thought it was an air ball and that the clock was supposed to stop, but it was not. He did draw some iron on that one, so the shot clock should have reset and the clock should have kept running. What a game through 16 minutes here. It is 27-27. Exactly what everybody was hoping for here in this final game.
No doubt.
I do want to shout out our junior high Pea Ridge basketball players doing a great job sweeping the floor, volunteering here in the concession stand this weekend. Great job by them.
Let's get a check-in from around the state while
Yeah,
we're here.
absolutely.
If we can get X to cooperate. Looks like McGee leads Dumas in 3A4 region finals by 1. Bergman up big on Boonville at halftime in the 3A Region 1 championship, 42-21. The game we're all keeping an eye on here is the Little Rock Christian and Brooklyn final over in the 4A East. Looks like Christian's up 1 at the end of the first. The loser of this game very well could see the loser of that game in the quarterfinals.
That's not great seeding work there.
No.
To have the two runner-ups playing each other that early, but
You're going to see actually the Brooklyn and Little Rock Christian could very well see each other in the semis as well, which is a very interesting matchup.
the East and the North very much intertwined as this state tournament gets ready to get underway next week.
No doubt. Morrilton would draw the loser of Little Rock Christian and Brooklyn in their first round matchup, and then I actually was mistaken. The loser of our game will draw the winner of the 4A East Regional in the quarterfinals after they play Warren. We're going to take a break here in the next couple minutes. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. update from around the state. Little Rock Christian has a 6-point lead at half over Brooklyn in the 4A East Regional. And Little Rock Mills with a 16-point lead over Camden Fairview in the 4A South final.
I guess the Cardinal Magic is not statewide this evening.
The Cardinal Magic is not statewide this evening. Little Rock Mills has been hooping, according to the River Mill, here as of late.
I think the key for Subiaco to get rolling here to start will be Eli Roker checking back into the game since he picked up that early second foul. He's been seated.
No doubt. No doubt. They've really done a good job of hanging in there with that one of their best shooters on the floor. And Saunders, another one of their better shooters, kind of been spotty minutes as well after the back.
They will start roll this half. They're going to start with...
He's going to take Miller's place. Roll's been playing really, really well, having 8 at the half.
Absolutely huge game from Darian Roll. It will be Eli Roker on Taylor, even though we've seen Roll give him a few more problems.
But Wallace really aggressive early on Teeter.
Taylor off his knee, regathers.
This is where Subi's tough. They can switch a lot of guys.
Roll wants the ball more than everybody else. Goes to that left hand, back to the right. Tough finish.
He shot out of a cannon.
Man, he's fast.
Subi's switchability is going to be a problem for a lot of people here in the next week.
Taylor tries to go to the bank shot. No, Barry rebound, left hand good.
There's the Barry bucket we've been waiting on. You got to keep him off the glass. He makes a living over there.
Now Roll slow it back down. As much speed as we saw him demonstrate about 15 seconds ago, he put it all away to run this possession right here. Already a minute gone here in the third.
Subi's done a good job being patient. Newton needs to get out of the lane. Boy, he set up.
Oh, they're going to call that on the floor.
He's lucky it wasn't a 3-second call. He was in there for potentially 7 seconds.
That's an interesting string of events there. It'll be
Simpson's third.
Be Subiaco ball here. Just over a minute gone here in the third. Goes long. Roker goes and corrals it. Here's Wallace. Tried to go into Newton. That's going to be 4 on Simpson. Not happy with that one.
He has played every meaningful minute here in the regional. And he's going to stay out there.
Still no move to go get him from Coach Taylor.
Very capable players on the bench for Farmington.
Newton goes left, tries to bank it in. Wallace, big rebound. Got him in the corner, doesn't go to him.
Right at
Here's
Simpson.
Roker. Roll for 3. 2 shot fakes on Kirkman. No.
Ooh, and Barry's third.
They'll get Barry on his third.
Those are 3 bad fouls for Farmington right there.
Another unhappy Farmington Cardinal there. Jackson Barry was not delighted with that call, to say the least.
No, the former favorite Bulldog did not enjoy that call at all. Taylor tried to rally the troops at the free throw line. You'd think Subi would look to attack Simpson here and either make him make a decision. Do you want to pick up foul number 5, or do you want to let me shoot a wide open layup?
Eli Roker hits the first free throw. Bit unorthodox. He shoots from about a foot behind the free throw line. He'll make both. You don't question it when it goes in.
Never.
They don't ask how, they ask how many.
Yeah, exactly. Shoot it from the elbow for all I care. Ooh.
Roll got under the basket and flopped.
Yeah. Took it on the side.
He'll take a block foul there.
Fell early, took it on the shoulder, a little too deep.
Here's Barry to the line.
Here's that substitution for Simpson we've been waiting on. Sophomore Ethan Kennedy.
Ethan Kennedy played some minutes last night. Not his first minutes of this regional.
They love throwing him on the block.
Definitely his first meaningful minutes.
Third foul on Roll.
I'd be interested to know how many minutes Kennedy had played this year while they were trailing in a basketball game.
I'm going to say very few. Also, very few minutes they have been trailing.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I don't believe he played against Harbor or Benton, the 2 losses for the Cardinals.
Here comes Roll. He'll take a screen from Roker. Wallace, corner 3. Out.
Wow.
Big rebound. Newton and one.
There's that athleticism.
Looks like he's walked off whatever he did to his ankle earlier in the game. He was back up there where he's been all year with his head in the clouds.
Young sophomore with the foul.
Newton's
and then gives up
free
the free
throw,
throw
no
box
good.
out. Subi can't convert.
Newton gets
fired.
another offensive rebound. Here comes Chrisman into the game. Try to help with the rebounding.
Kennedy giving up that free throw rebound.
Oh!
A little elbow contact.
I don't have a lot of nice things to say about that call.
2 on Saunders. It feels like everybody's got 2 at this point.
Here comes Taylor to the line.
2 for 3 tonight from the stripe.
Could be big for him to see a couple go through the net here.
Ooh.
It's been a minute. Griswold will get the sophomore.
Going small here. We haven't seen this lineup from Farmington very often.
Barry, the only forward. Maddox Teeter will play the 4. Jackson Berry camped out in the lane. They could go 3-ball right here.
It looks like we're going triangle and 2 here from the Farmington Cardinals.
Here's Eli Roker. Good on the turnaround. Another tough bucket. He'll be right back to pick up Taylor.
Ozark saw a couple of those last week when they were in Clarksville. He took over for a stretch there where he was hitting turnaround after turnaround after turnaround.
Saunders on Chrisman.
Let's
Throws
go
the hammer pass.
That's a good call.
Oh, a foul call there.
Hammer pass. He couldn't even get it up. Looked like an arm bar on the wrist.
That'll be Saunders' third.
2 quick ones for Saunders. Looks like we're going to double Taylor, a little sandwich action. He's known to back cut and split these. Did a good job not allowing him to.
He's thinking about this shot. He'll get to his floater.
Don't see
Leaves
him
it
off
short
1 foot
again.
very often.
Great hands there from Taylor. Roll ends up with it. Euro step. Kick out. Saunders. Floater. No good. Roker rebound. Good.
Good right hand finish too from the lefty.
We're going to get a full timeout here from Coach Taylor. That's the first time out of the game for either team. I'll tell you, it's not very often that you see a kid with, let's call that 8, 10, 12 points for Taylor and feel like he's struggling a bit. But he has just not quite been his normal self with the shot making so far this evening.
A player this good is not going to be held at bay very long.
That's why it's so important for Subi to continue this run as long as they can, because Taylor will get going at some point. It is inevitable.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Shout out Dalton Pallarino, County Line Indians up 8 over to the new school.
All-time great human.
I actually think that's a typo. I believe they're playing Ozark Catholic tonight, but the tweet says the new school. The new school got 3rd in that regional. County Line with the win last night.
It'll be the same super athletic lineup for Subiaco. Finding a lot of money to be made on the offensive glass in this game.
Yeah, Simpson not being in right now is really hurting the Cardinals. They're used to having all those 6'5" bodies in there. Even Kirkman in there at 6'2" is the second shortest.
Roker working on Taylor. Taylor pull up, right side, there it is. Now you gotta be careful. One's all it takes. It's a 5-point lead for Subiaco.
Back to the 3-2 out of the triangle and 2. Putting Kirkman and Chrisman on that back line. Be curious if Newton can take advantage back there.
Just got to pay attention to how long he's in the lane for. They need to throw it to him. Gets it there.
Yeah, they're going to go double.
There's Wallace. Out to Saunders.
A lot of contact.
Hit by Barry. Great hustle. They're going to call. They're going to call a travel on Roker.
That's unfortunate.
Coach Tinkley did not like that one. He threw whatever it was he had in his hand. Might have been his play sheet.
No doubt. The rollover is what got him. Good hustle, though. A lot of contact there, but Farmington did a great job just staying still and not reaching, being disciplined. I like the no call there from the officials.
Saunders stays to help.
This is where he's great.
There's the eye cut to Barry. He always knows it's there. Lead down to 3 for the Trojans.
Barry up to 8.
It'll be Wallace looking at this 3-2 again. They've got Roker in that high post. He'll flash out. Screen from Saunders.
I like the ball screen. Looks like he lost the ball maybe, or a bad bounce pass.
Saunders,
ooh,
great pass to Roker. Lefty goes back to the right hand again, gets a foul call.
I don't like to see Roker just catch and explode there. I think he had a lot more room than he realized.
That'll be one on Krisman. His second, I believe. Two for 2 so far in the game for Roker.
Dumas with the charge in the third quarter to take a 7-point lead.
He'll make his second, or his first, to make him 3 for 3.
I feel like we've had a lot of long third quarters today in Blackhawk Arena.
Surely. We are over halfway through this third quarter tonight. 5-point lead again for the Trojans. Came into the half tied. Taylor, left wing.
Loves the baseline.
Great shot.
Does most of his work from the right baseline, but he's no stranger to either.
Here's Roll over to Roker. Got to be careful with that lazy bounce pass. Roll thought about a 3. Back to Roker. He'll spin past Taylor, who gets him on the back tap. Here comes Lane. No call on either side. Teeter, no good, short. Taylor ends up with the ball again. Out to Teeter. Hits the little 4-foot float shot.
I like that no call there. We've let them play. We've let them play all night.
Subiaco faithful, not as much of a fan. Here comes Roll.
We're looking to ball screen Taylor here.
Who are they going to get that on? They get Krisman.
That's his
that
third.
will send Subiaco to the line.
I thought we were going to get Teeter.
We'll see the starter Lee Miller check into the game here.
Here in a second.
Somebody in the Subiaco faithful not happy.
Not happy.
Saunders will miss the first. Really important to make every chance they get here.
Yeah, Roll going to get a breather here. He's going to be important down the stretch.
I was going to say, you got to think he'll close. They'll take their lumps if they have to right here.
It's good to get him out. He's got 3 fouls. We don't need him picking up a 4.
Jackson Barry gets away with a hook on.
Yeah, looked like the Makai Mitchell
Barrett Newton
type of deal.
And then they will immediately get Roker on Taylor. That's their 4th of the quarter. That is Roker's 3rd. He's got to be disciplined here. Can't pick up that 4th. Back screen from Kirkman, looking to get it to Taylor again. Goes to Barry. Barry will bring it out. Here to Taylor. He'll look to get to that baseline again. Spins back middle. Gets to the lane and finishes.
That is what he does.
He is fired up. There's some of that Lane Taylor energy that he is known for.
Yeah, he has it flowing through his veins.
Saunders and Krisman in a bit of a shoving match.
Timeout.
Tankley is going to call a timeout here, probably
a good call there.
Probably to calm down Saunders. It's a 1-point lead for Farmington, 41-42.
Let's take a quick check around here. We got Bergman up big still in Boonville, 61-39. Not a whole lot of scores coming in here.
Long third quarters, theme of the night.
Shout out Bigelow for Coach Anderson here, up 10 in their regional final of the Cutter Morning Star.
Shout out to the Bigelow Panthers. My first internship over there in Bigelow. With the Lady Panthers.
Lady Panthers. And the boys are looking to maybe go on a repeat as they go try to win that regional.
One of the bigger upsets of the week, the England boys getting sent home in the 2A.
We're back here.
Here comes Roker, thought about a 3. Out to Wallace. Miller brings the ball back up top.
A lot of interchanging parts here for the Trojans.
Saunders for 3. Bottoms.
That's a great look
right
there.
at the shot clock buzzer. That's a huge shot for Saunders.
Don't get those kind of looks off of a 2 on the clock. Did a good job just flashing around.
Pull up, Lane Taylor, good.
It was a matter of time before he laced one up.
There's the right wing 3 from Lane Taylor. He was about 2 steps out.
He'll be shooting from there next year. That's that college line.
That's about where it is.
Coach Taylor jumping up and down, trying to get the troops going. You got a little shuffle in the zone, too. We got Barry down the back line with Kirkwood up on the top, playing a wing.
Here comes Roker. Left hand, no good. Gets his own board. Out to Wallace for 3.
It's been a minute since we heard from him.
It was only a matter of time. He's too good of a player to stay silent for long. Here comes Taylor. Roker need to be really cautious not to pick up his 4th right here. 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Taylor will be content to dribble this one out and take the last shot. Very similar to the situation we saw in the first half.
Watch out for this corner 3 here from Kirkman. Miller kind of spying here. Lane has seen this all his life. Here it goes.
Wallace to Barry. Barry finishes.
Or dump down.
Wallace looks to get the half-court shot up, doesn't get it there. Gave it a ride anyway. We got a tie ball game still. We're gonna play 8 more minutes of basketball like it's brand new.
You don't see a whole lot of 20-point quarters where they tie.
At
20.
That's as good an 8 minutes of basketball as you're gonna see at this level. 2 teams playing their tails off, fighting for everything they're getting, making tough shots, great passes, hard-nosed defense.
Really anxious to see this 4A East 3rd quarter score.
We will see Simpson check back into the game. He's definitely hobbled. We'll have to see if that has any effect. The energy in the arena is palpable. You can feel the tension building here in this 4th quarter about to start. This is as quiet as I've seen a Farmington crowd in a long time.
Yeah, they were really riled up there at the end of the girls' game. Only gave up 5 points in the second half.
Just not a position they've seen their boys in very often. In a tight game in the 4th quarter. Inbound will go to Wallace. Miller will bring it up. Turnover. Taylor gets the steal. Attacks. Miller chooses not to foul. Taylor will score. Here comes Wallace. This 3-2 has slowed Subi down a bit.
If my math is right, Coach, Taylor has now creeped to 23.
A quiet 23 points. Here's Saunders. Over to Newton. Thought about a 3. Kick it back up to Wallace. Deep 3. Back iron, no good. Newton offensive board. Tries to get it to Saunders. Doesn't get it there. It'll be out on Newton.
He will get caught up in the air, so he's heard him on a couple occasions tonight.
He taps his head, says that one's on me, and slides right back to the defensive end to go make it up. That's what you love about that kid right there.
No doubt. Looks like Little Rock Christian up 7 going into the 4th over Brooklyn.
Here comes Roll back to Taylor. Give him the look he got that caused that little slump there in the middle portions of this game.
Pretty good little switch there by Saunders.
Saunders does a great job there.
They'll switch back.
They'll switch back. Great job. Over rotates slightly. Simpson for three on the wrist. Doesn't go for him.
I think my eyes deceived me. I thought that was a double dribble.
Get a block on Wallace.
The Farmington faithful are not happy about it. Couple kids hanging over the railing, screaming at the official.
We'll see if everybody can keep their glasses on.
That'd be nice.
It'll be Wallace for two. First one, back rim, no good. Only bucket so far this quarter was the steal and score by Taylor. Kirkman seems confused about something, screaming into the lane, trying to communicate. He'll head back to his left corner. Taylor brings it up the right side of the floor. Roll on Taylor.
We're gonna use Kirkman again as a point guard, trying to get Lane off of it.
Backdoor for Lane.
For that right there.
Another right-hand finish. That's 4 points this quarter.
Up to the quarter century mark.
Now the Farmington faithful into it. Wallace, turnaround, back iron, no good. Tipped out by Newton. Roll, thought about it, goes to Roker inside. Barry gets away with a push. Roll, pull up, no good, air ball.
Kirkman to the corner.
Here comes Taylor, down the lane.
Oh, that's an and one.
Shame, Saunders really wore that one on the chin, but he was so far out of position, he was never going to get that call. That'll be his fourth foul.
We're having a timeout.
Coach Sinclair unhappy with that call. We'll call a timeout just to gather and rally the troops. It's a 5-point game. Taylor to shoot one after the timeout. Big-time players make big-time plays. That's 6 points already for Taylor with one pending. We're only 2.5 minutes in for this fourth quarter.
4A East is a little behind us. Still 48.5 seconds left in the third. We thought it was over, but we were wrong. Likely heavyweight clash between the Farmington and Little Rock Christian Warriors in a couple weeks is what's being anticipated around the state. Brooklyn trying to help play a little spoiler and making that path a little bit more difficult.
Subiaco still trying to make that happen as well.
No doubt.
Only trailing by 5.
A lot of big implications. Winning this game puts you on the opposite side of Brooklyn and Little Rock Christian. Losing puts you having to go through potentially both of those two schools.
The 4A basketball conference this year has been a murderer's row of talented teams.
Yeah, there is a lot of top-end talent.
Let's give a big shout out to Cody Curtis for all the positive feedback tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. Bobcat Nation.
Taylor at the line. He'll rattle it home.
He hadn't just put one through just smooth yet, but he has got them to fall.
6-point lead for the Cards. They'll stay in the 3-2. Wallace looks to find a spot. Roll over to Saunders.
Ooh, that cut was there, but he just couldn't commit.
Oh, that'll be Jackson Berry's fourth foul.
One of those unfortunate wrong place, wrong time.
Little crossing action from the Trojans. He'll go deep to Roker. They're manned up here out of bounds. Tip by Taylor.
That was
Roll
a bid
comes
for a
down
bucket
with it.
for a second.
There's Newton. That's why they've stayed out of that man-to-man. 4-point game.
That's 10 for Newton.
Most of those here in the second half.
Almost exclusively all off the glass as well for the most part.
Here's Barry. Kirkman will curl it. There's Taylor. Right wing, this is where he's worked from most of the day.
He's got
There's that back cut again.
Simpson
rejected off the pogo jump by Newton. Here's Wallace. Left hand, no good.
He's got to know that Simpson has 4 and go right at him.
Got a little too fancy with it.
Simpson wanted no part of that contest.
Barry back tap from behind. Kirkman comes out of there with it.
Kirkman, smart decision there. He's going to try and find lane.
There's a backdoor by Taylor.
It's impressive the body control that kid has.
Peter thought about shooting that one off the catch. And I'd almost leave Simpson. Coach Taylor sees the same thing. He doesn't look comfortable with that ball in his hands right now.
Yeah, it looked like him and Lane were actually having a little conversation with each other right there for a second about calling that timeout. Little Rock Christian is now finally at the end of this third quarter, 42-36.
Man, what a basketball game we've had going so far tonight here in Pea Ridge.
About halfway through the fourth here. Farmington up by 4 with the ball. Coach Taylor has quite a few sideline tricks up his sleeve.
Got to keep an eye on the Taylor back door. Anything with Barry towards the rim is on the table for sure. They'll send Barry back. It'll be Taylor.
This smells like a lane isolation.
They'll spread the floor for him. Goes to his left, pull up, 3, good. That's a tough shot, man.
I believe that gets him to the 30 ball. I think he's at 31 now.
Another tip by Taylor.
Simpson not really wanting to outlet that ball to anybody but Taylor.
We are not tracking deflections up here, but up in the top of that 3-2 zone, which they don't just play a ton of. Taylor has been fantastic this evening. Spin move, right elbow. They call a foul, and it rolls in.
He is climbing up that score sheet. Slowly but surely, the lane takeover has started to take place.
We said it was inevitable, and here it is.
It was inevitable.
It's going to take some tough shot making to get back into this game down 10.
That free throw is pure as well. He is dialed in.
10 when Farmington has lane rolling like this is closer to 20 than it is to
There's no doubt.
5.
I'm going to say Lane probably finishes this thing with 40.
It'll be Wallace. Roll. Thought about the step back. Into Newton. Newton gets fouled by Taylor.
Matter of fact, Coach Lane might sniff 50 when it's all said and done with the 10-point lead. He's going to shoot a lot of free throws down the stretch.
We shall see. Roll.
Oh, you can't underthrow that.
Here
This
comes
got breakaway dunk written all over it.
Jackson Berry with the right hand.
He actually likes dunking better with his right hand, I feel. I've watched on film.
Interesting for the lefty forward. Wallace for 3.
Needed it.
Long, no good.
Yeah.
Back to Taylor. You hate to see a game that's been this tight all the way get out of hand like this. We'll see if Subi can make a late run.
Surprised we didn't get a foul call on either of those.
They'll get one on that. That's a terrible call.
That is not there was 3 plays before that you could have called. That's 5 on the thing on our boy Roll.
Roll played as hard a game as you'll see anybody play. The Subiaco faithful is remarkably unhappy. Just hope we don't see anybody have to get escorted out this evening.
Emotions are definitely rolling.
Miller's in the game to take Roll's place. It'll be 3 free throws for Taylor.
I'm going to say he goes 3 for 3 on these.
It is entirely possible these two teams have not seen the last of each other. Taylor hits the second. They will end up on opposite ends of the bracket, but these are two teams that could have something to say come that last weekend in March.
Subiaco against Subiaco potentially playing Little Rock Christian in their quarterfinal matchup. Could be a very interesting game to watch.
There's Eli Roker getting back into the scoring column. It's a 12-point Farmington lead. Taylor not looking to give it up.
Yeah, he's
Simpson.
seen this run and jump his whole life.
Taylor out to Kirkman. That's his best buddy in the left corner. Misses it. Now we're getting interesting. Here comes Miller. Down to Newton. Up and under. Finish good. 10-point game. 2 minutes to go.
Had to have it if you're Subiaco.
You want to see a run here. If you're anybody but the Farmington faithful, you want this game to be close and fun.
Yeah, we'd like to see a run just to make this entertainment value just go up just a little bit.
These are two teams that have played an extremely hard-fought, well-executed game of basketball. You'd love to see it go down to the wire.
Farmington hosting next week in state tournament. They definitely don't want to play it on Friday.
No, those extra days of rest can be all the difference in that state tournament. It'll be Taylor to grab the inbounds. The younger Aaron Roker will also check into the game here. They love this press break right here.
It's an interesting look here.
Hyde Teeter in that corner.
Maybe
Taylor flops. Gets it into Barry.
Good job by Barry.
Oh, backdoors Roker.
Sam Kirkman,
here he
comes.
Pocket.
Nope.
Hard foul. No good. Gonna make him go earnest two this time. Love that Taylor just takes that hard foul. No extracurriculars afterwards. Understands that this is a competitive game. Walks up to the free throw line. Nothing to say.
Yeah, no, he's worried about this. He's worried about straight business.
Yes.
His 12th attempt of the night.
Makes
good.
Them both.
10 of 12. We're bringing in a shooter here for Subi.
See if we can't make a little run.
Feels like a Joseph Pinion type move for the Hogs.
He's over there in that corner. They set a flare screen. Doesn't get it. Roker into Newton. Finishes. Can't believe we'll get another timeout. They're trading twos for twos right now. Got to find a way to either stop giving up buckets or find a three-point shot.
No doubt. Looks like Little Rock Christian's extended the lead just a little bit here to 10 with 4.5 to go in the fourth.
Very similar trajectory to our game. Trojans got to start to speed up here a little bit. You hate putting the ball back in Taylor's hands, but you got to have points down 10, excuse me. If you're the farm cards here, it's all about just taking care of the ball. The best way to do that is just to keep it in 33's hands.
Yeah, let the magician work. Just let the magician work.
There's no reason to question it.
If you're Jackson Berry, you're cutting it right down the heart the moment you see him drive, and if you're the shooters, you're just salivating in the corners, and Simpson likely on the left wing waiting for the one more pass from Kirkman.
And there is absolutely no issue from any of his teammates. They all know where the ball's about to be. It's going to be in 33's hands, and they know it'll find him if it's time for it to find him.
One would argue they're looking for him. Maybe a push-off. A little forearm extension. He tends to get away with those.
Taylor up top. They'll try to take some time off the clock.
You're not taking this ball away from Lane.
No, the on-ball turnover. Oh,
Yep. Point
almost
exactly.
a little commentator curse there.
Almost.
Blocked. Wallace up ahead. Roker
Steal.
does not
Great
go meet the
hustle
ball.
from Teeter.
Great play by Teeter.
Great.
Another great play by
And a
Teeter.
foul on.
And they're going to get Eli Roker going for the ball.
That's his 5th.
Glad to see Kirkman get up from that. Roker landed on his legs. Subiaco can't believe that was called a foul. That was absolutely the correct call.
One of those unfortunate plays. Kirkman doesn't shoot just a ton of free throws.
See who it's going to be here for Roker. It's going to be the shooter. That's number 5.
Yeah, Caleb
Cal checks into the game. See if he can't catch fire here late. Kirkman misses his first attempt of the game. Sammy Kirkman, second free throw on the way. It'll drop. Here comes Miller, the sophomore, will bring it up. They'll go to the shooter. Teeter extends.
No doubt we're going to Newton.
Newton with another tough bucket.
Foul.
Quick foul on Taylor.
The Farmington faithful have now woken up. They were asleep for quite a while.
A little front running, that's okay. Taylor at the line, attempts. Misses his 3rd free throw of the game.
We do not see that very often.
Does not happen very often.
It's just been one of those nights where he's not been as efficient as usual, but I'd still say he's shooting over 50%.
I'll tell you, everybody's pretty glad he's not, because he would be sniffing around 55 or 60 at his normal efficiency. Wallace gets to his 15-footer, makes it. They're doing their best to keep this thing interesting. It stays at 8 points. That is the Subiaco Trojans' last timeout. It'll be a full timeout. 1 minute going to come off the clock, or 1 minute to sit here and reset your thoughts for both teams. What do you think Coach Taylor's telling his group right now?
That's a great question. We're trying to count Lane's points.
I'll tell you what I'd be telling them. Give it to 33 and get out of the way.
No doubt.
Get your feet set.
I believe the lane counter is at 39.
39.
There's a lot of 2s, 3s, and circles, and colored in circles here on the score sheet.
14 free throw attempts is nothing to shake a stick at.
No, 11 of 14 from the line.
Some of these kids nowadays don't understand that the great scorers in basketball history all lived at the foul line.
No doubt. If you want to average 30, you probably make 8 free throws a game. Maybe more.
Taylor not only gets to the line, but efficient when he gets there.
I don't have the stats, but I would like to say he's probably 90 to 95%. We'll go with 90.
He's been fantastic these last 2 nights.
I smell a deep ball here.
It'll be into Chrisman.
I think they had the deep ball. Had they liked to throw.
They do foul Chrisman.
Smart.
That's probably the guy you wanted to foul out of all of the great free throw shooters from Farmington.
Chrisman did act as the Lane Taylor when he was in junior high, so there is a chance that he is going to step up to the line here confidently. Did the same when he was a JV player as a sophomore.
He has sat the longest.
Oof. Sorry, Chrisman.
Well, commentator's curse from my partner here.
4A East is catching up, though. We're down to a minute left in the game with Little Rock Christian up 58-47.
Chrisman will miss both.
But you're right,
Here
Coach.
comes a chance. It'll be Wallace.
Got to have this if you're
Shooter, open.
Laced up.
No, doesn't get it.
It's tough to come off the bench. It's a pinch hitter.
That's a great shot. They got as good a look as you could have hoped for right there.
With the guy they wanted.
With the exact guy they wanted to take it. It looked good all the way to the rim. 31 seconds. You do feel like you probably needed that one to have a chance, unless Teeter's going to miss both. He'll knock the first one through. Have a chance to put it back to 10 here. Brisbane will come out.
Well, offense, defense. I think they trust Kirkman in there a little more defensively, especially with the leg. Little Rock Christian currently dribbling the clock out. 58-47 going to be the final in the 4A East Regional.
Ball goes to Wallace. That's the younger Roker.
Ooh.
Hits it. Gonna try to make it interesting. They're bumping
him.
that ball. They need the ball to get thrown in.
And the clock was running the whole time.
7 seconds run off the
How
clock.
did the officials not stop the clock while Lane's playing with it on the floor? Smart heads-up play by Lane, just letting it, knowing the clock's running, just not being able to pick that ball up. If I'm Coach Tincleve, I am losing my marbles.
Here comes Lane. He'll look for 40 right here.
Splash.
Picked up 2 fouls early. Stayed clean the rest of the way. It's going to be the Farmington Cardinals coming out of Blackhawk Arena with a win. I'll tell you, though, this was one of the more entertaining basketball games that we've seen here this weekend. Wallace, deep 3. No good. Another huge rebound from Newton off the glass.
Boy,
he gets 2 more rebounds to his stats. They will move it down to a 7-point game.
Newton finished with 18. What a performance.
And your 4A North regional champions are the Cardinals of Farmington behind Lane Taylor's 41 points unofficially. Not his most efficient night, but as dominant as ever.